Is supposed to start things off.
Retired Rose get one elimination. They just cover their players against That's a massive battle going on near the forge. Yes, please let's take a look at it again. SGU somehow still have control of the vending machine region. Blood trying to get in and confirm the knock onto Champ, but Champ gets rest again, only to be fallen down again. Oh my lord, this is like a completely recurring pattern. And I'm not making a pattern place fun over here. This is literally the same pattern. When you die, come in here and she die again. It's just keeps on repeating.
I think finally it is going to come to a stop with the zone moving away from it, and retired pros are the only one who will be able to force their weapons at the last and get the eliminations for themselves. Nightmare around Brasilia, however, they don't have all their players. They did have a fight. I think it seems to be against Sintonia, and there's going to be another elimination that they will very soon confirm. They are holding on the last player who tried to take them down, but it's not going to work out. He'll also be now taken down. Trax and Immortal both in compounds of Brasilia and in favor for Nightmare to pick their elimination. They just got the third, and very soon it's going to be the fourth elimination, with Immortal also being confirmed.
Alright then, Insidious and Baton, please. They end up in Lumber Mill. Keep in mind, Insidious had Kiran somewhere in the forge area. After Kiran died, he was respawned by his teammates, and then, after dropping to the sky, he came down to the Sunland and where the rest of his teammates were. Even Battle Place, for that matter, were participating in that massive forge battle, but after losing a couple of players, they managed to get the reses, and now they find their way to the Southern Island, right next to Fire Brigade. The monster truck keeps them alive for the time being, gives them a little information that the bridge is occupied, so they cannot cross using the bridge. I'm sure they will find another part to rotate. But if they are not careful, they will run into the two remaining members of PVS Gaming who are also now on the Southern Island. But the two members of PVS Gaming who are in Brasilia, they are getting hunted down by the Funky Sports man. Krish at least gets the knock onto Viper and gets the confirmation too. But he's kind of alone over here, no backup around, so he will be picked apart.
He tried his best to isolate the duels, but it did not work out. It was only one of the fights that he was able to tend to and win against. Claus instantly revives the players and Rufani Esports, they have complete control of the southern compounds of Brasilia. Nothing much to be worried about. Also, UAV being sent.
हमारा टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है तो मैं टूर्नामेंट दिखा रहा हूँ आप सभी को हमारा का, तो आप सब्सक्राइब कर देना भाई इस बात पे प्लीज़ भाई एक सब्सक्राइब.
In case somebody is hold and multiple players will either to revive or buy some things up, making sure they're ready for the next fight that they will be taking on. But nothing like that for Rufani to be worried about. However, one thing now they have to worry is the circles made a move in that direction, and that's what they're doing. The vehicle quickly will take a rotation towards the edge of the circle. They already know that
Rufani Esports should be able to take the high ground near the edge of the circle, and they will probably have to face Centolio for that little spot. Meanwhile, Battle Crows versus PVS Gaming also in Central. That's a different fight happening. Hold on though, Centolio might just die.
हमारा टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है, इंडिया का टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है, ठीक है. टूर्नामेंट दिखा रहा हूँ आप सभी को, तो इस बात पे एक सब्सक्राइब और डबल टैग कर देना, लाइक कर देना प्लीज़ भाई, ठीक है.
Klaus gets
Esports, we thought they are safe. There's going to be Nag. It's coming in from it. Then it's going to be Nas Esports. Now Nas, I hope they have an idea about it. Rufani have been looking powered up completely and putting players down. Now Agents already spotted. This will get them going again for another fight. Nas They are a little spread around, but the zone's also closing in, so this is not the best spot to be at compared to what Rafani have. They have the vertical advantage, they have a tower to play with. The only thing I think Nas can do here is just rush right up close. But Rafani, they've also tended against those fights and won against it.
Yeah, Rafani Esports putting on quite a lot of pressure onto Nas Esports. Now, keep in mind the Nas Esports are just barely in the zone. They don't have any hard cover, so they will be able to use their glue balls and keep themselves safe for the time being. But look at Benz, that's a lovely guard headshot onto Nagi. Respawn comes through yet again. Skylar hit rather than thrown in, but that forces the chrono so that the Rafani Esports can keep themselves safe from the nades. Oh my god, Kreider and Shaitan both jump down, hoping to get the knock onto Honey. But Kreider has backup. Agent tries to come through. Viper gets the re-knock. Oh my god, this is so good. Klaus with the double. He takes down Shaitan as well as Kreider. And now once again, Rafani Esports wiping the floor with NZ. They have destroyed two teams in a matter of just a few seconds. Their fights are so quick. They destroy Nas Esports. And just before this, in a matter of seconds, they were also responsible for the elimination of Centonio. They were so fast. That's such a good team.
Rafani Esports looking meticulous in their approach, and it seems like they are trying to make their very own booyah. And I even mentioned, if not for Nagi, of how well he's holding, it could be a booyah in the previous game as well. They did not have the numbers, the zone was closing in. He took a lot more chaotic there. Yes, they are hoping to see at least the close battles. The bowling are being called between retired pros, learn from past, and Insidious. Retired pros, as soon as the bolt maker is done, they instantly run out. Same is the approach by MX. They decide that they will now go helter-skelter. Tatsu's down, their player as well. Clutch trying his best to duel on the 1v3, or that doesn't work out. He'll also be put down, and that player was the last one with him going out. That is MX put to rest.
Nightmare Esports. I just realized all their players have names that start with S. Siddharth, Saksham, Shreyansh, as well as Shanks, all of them rushing in tandem towards the tents where SGU is holding. They spot rush out in the open and they realize that the tents are empty. The campsite is there for the taking. Even a little coin spot is available for them. So they should be pretty good. Unless they don't see PBS Gaming coming from under the hill. This should have the element of surprise. PBS Gaming definitely must have spotted Nightmare Esports by now, but they're simply not taking shots because Khonshu is the last player surviving for PBS Gaming. He's just going to hide over there and continue hoping that Nightmare Esports don't look in his general direction. And they're not! Look at that! Shreyans gets the last knock onto Russia, and with that, SGU is also out.
And even Khonshu, Shanks picks him off and
मार परी तो मैं मनीषन कह रही थी काम में वो तो भैया मैं 5 रुपये वाली चॉकलेट लिया है और 5 रुपये की जगह पे 50 रुपये वाली चॉकलेट ला दी सब अकेली खाई दादी